Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another post-game Montreal Canadiens. Yesterday, the Montreal officially lost by a score of 7-4 against the Florida Panthers at Sunrise in South Florida. I'm going to give you everything what's happening between the Canadiens and the Panthers, so don't go nowhere. But before we start, you already know what I'm going to tell you. Of course, subscribe or sharing this video and subscribe to and likes. And finally, click on the comments. Tell me what you think about the performance of the Panthers and the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. Let's dive in right away about the game. We already know the score is a final score of 7-4 for the Panthers. Let's go to the score sheet of the game. Really strange game again. I believe yesterday, the last couple of games, Montreal did not do well the first period. And this game is reverse. This game reminds me exactly what happening when they play against the Winnipeg Jets. Remember, a couple of games ago or weeks ago, they lost 8-4. I'm going to tell you exactly what happening with the Panthers, but it's really similar with happening with the Jets. Like I mentioned. First of all, Montreal Canadiens right away, they start hard and they take advantage of the lack of the defensive of the Panthers. They open the score for the first goal of the game. It's Chris, the veteran, 31 years old. Chris Weideman got a great pass of Dauphin, Ireland, to get the first goal for Montreal. It was his third of the season at 2:32. It's exactly what happening. Remember, last Thursday, Montreal scored at the opening of the game, and then Barkov tied the game. But this time, they did not tie the game. And Montreal, after the goal, the game shift a little bit during the next 12 minutes, honestly. But again, Jake Allen make a couple of saves, keep the team in the lead by a score 1-1. But at the end of the period, 16-17, during a power play, Montreal have a power play. It's Jonathan HUBERDEAU. You score is 22 of the season. Lester Renan got an assist on that one over there. Great play between both of them. Play a 2 versus 1. And then Jake Allen got beat. Really great backhands shot. Top shot by Jonathan HUBERDEAU. It was his 91 point of the season. That's tied the game during the time. Then 1 minute, 40 seconds later, Ryan LOMBERG, another miscommunication on the defensive zone, a turnover by the Montreal Canadiens, score his first of the 2 of the night, 7 of the season, and also his second of the 3 goals the last 2 games, assisted by the veteran Joe Thornton, steal the puck on the offensive side to send the puck to LOMBERG. Got his assist on that one. And then this is the last goal of the period. After 20 minutes, the score was 2-1. Both teams have a 1 power play, but nothing happened, honestly, during that period. 14 shots for the Panthers, 13 for the Montreal. Like I mentioned to you, the Montreal stay in the game in the first period. It's only 1-1 after 2-1 after 20 minutes. But Montreal hanging there. Jake Allen make a couple of saves. The problem Montreal at that moment, they make the too many giveaway puck on the defensive zone, and the Panthers show a little bit more the way they play, the speed. They show exactly what happening for the first period. Let's dive in for the second period. What happening for the first period? Montreal scored out. This time is the Florida score. A shot for Ben Chariot for the blue line. And then a rebound goes straight on the blade of the stick of the Sam Bennett. Gave the Panthers take the lead by 2, by a score of 3-1 at 2:37. And then 5 minutes later, 5:20 seconds later, again, Ryan LOMBERG by another turnover by the Montreal Canadiens. Score a second goal of the game, 8 of the season. This time, Barkov, he got an assist on that one over there. And middle of the game, Montreal lost by 3 by a score of 4-1. But then we got a storm for the Montreal Canadiens at the end of the period. And exactly what happened at Winnipeg Jet. Remember when they was losing 4-0 after 20 minutes? They come back with 4 goals straight at the second period, tied the game 4-4. And that's exactly what happening. And 1 minute, 42 seconds, Montreal scored 3 goals back to back to back. As this time it was Edmonton first one of the season. Dauphin score is 4, and finally, Dewa Rex score is 9 of the season. And that's tied the game at the end of the second period by a score of 4-4. Bobrovsky did not look great during those 3 goals. And Montreal shot only 5 times during the second period. It was all about the Panthers. And Jake Allen keep the team in the game. And finally, Montreal come back, and also the Panthers shot 19 times on Jake Allen with only 2 goals. And the power play, it was only 1 from the Panthers at that moment. So after 40 minutes, 4-4. And then, again, another turnover for the Montreal Canadiens under a steal puck or gave away puck on the defensive zone. This time was Hoffman. HUBERDEAU scored second goal of the game, 23rd of the season, 92 points of the season. BENNET and LOMBERG, another point, is third of the game at 119. In that moment, I feel like they cut the legs of the Montreal Canadiens. They never been able to come back in the game. I don't know why, because usually they keep their perseverance and they never give up. But I feel this was different. I think the speed of the Florida was too much to handle for the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. Then at 14:43, Marshman scores 15 of the game of the season. BENNET and Reinhardt got an assist on that one over there at 14:43. Then an empty net. The captain Barkov closed the score. His score is 29 of the season. HUBERDEAU got an assist, Giroux, and HUBERDEAU become the first left winger have the most assists in one season with 70, and that's the final score. By the score 7-4. During the third period, 1 power play for both teams, and also the shot was 13-6 advantage the Florida Panthers. Let's dive in right now for the 3-star of the game. The third star, Jonathan Huberdeau with 2 goals, 1 assist. The second star, Sam Bennett, 1 goal, 2 assists with 3 points. Finally, Ryan Lomberg, the 4-liner for the Panthers, scored 2 goals yesterday and 1 assist. And also, like I mentioned, he scored 3 goals in the last 2 games. It's a final number. Like I said, the final score 7-4. The shot was 46-24 advantage the Panthers. The face-off 55-45 advantage the Panthers. The minute penalty was 10 Montreal and 6 the Panthers. The power play, both teams have 0 goal on the power play. The hit was 21-19 advantage the Panthers. The block shot was 7 Montreal and 21 the Panthers. Finally, the giveaway is 5 Montreal and 9 for the Panthers. And I'll be honest with you, oh my God, the NHL have to get better. Montreal gave away a puck about 25 times. I don't know how they calculate their giveaway. They are so bad in NHL about giveaway. The leader for the Panthers, BENNET, HUBERDEAU, and Lomberg, all of 3 have 3 points yesterday. Barkov shot 7 times on Allen. Wegar played over 24 minutes. Finally, Bobrovsky have a save percentage of 8.33. Stopped only 20 of the 24 shot he faced yesterday. For the Montreal Canadiens, Laurent Dauphin have a 2 point, 1 goal, 1 assist. Cole Caulfield shot 3 times on Bobrovsky. And Romanov continues to play well for the Montreal, have played over 25 minutes. And then finally, Allen have only a save percentage of 8.67 against the Panthers yesterday. It's time for the Frenchie quiz, the Frenchie corner. The Montreal lost by 4-7-4. Jake Allen returned between the pipe after the last game was Montembeault. How he looked like, I'll be honest with you, he has a good game to keep the Montreal in the game at some point. but he gave at least 2 goals where he should get better. And when he played against the Panthers, you can hear almost to be perfect to keep the team in the game, honestly, but not good enough yesterday to give to Montreal that chance. Only one good period from Martin St. Louis said after the game, and honestly, I agree. The show was 13-14 for the Panthers after 20 minutes. Whatever, they take the lead 2-1. Montreal have a great, solid first 15 minutes, but unfortunately, they gave 2 goals. The first one on the turnover, Justin Barron, and then after that, on the PK, on the power play, they gave a goal to the PK shot and done by Jonathan HUBERDEAU, and that's after they did not play well. They gave 2 more goals at the beginning of the second period, and then they scored 3 goals at the end of the second period, and 142. That's maybe the only time they play well in the second period, and then the third period, they really, for me, they never show up. I think the goal of at the beginning of the third period cut their legs, and they never come back after that. For me, Habs, too many giveaway turnover puck. On the defensive zone, it's happened all night. So that's the first problem. The second problem, the Panthers recover the puck or retrieval the puck most than 90% of the time. Their speed was all over the Montreal Canadiens. The forward, the defense could not handle the speed of the Florida Panthers. And when you do that, when the opponent team have a speed, what happening? But you try to make the decision quicker, faster, and it usually turn to be a bad pass or a bad play, and that's what happening because the speed of Panthers was too much to handle for the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. And that's when I mentioned the next one, the Panthers confused completely the Montreal Canadiens yesterday on my book. Habs does another comeback, but not good enough to win yesterday. And like I said earlier, like the Jet, they come back for the deficit of 3 goals, 4-4 at the end of the second period. But not good enough because at the third period, they gave 3 goals and they could not handle finish the game with a W by a score 7-4 loss, honestly. For me, yesterday, Dauphin, Devorak, Romanov, Savard have a better game overall for the Montreal Canadiens. I cannot say the same thing for Zuski, Caulfield. They did not generate a lot of offensive for the Montreal Canadiens. They was a little bit more, it was very quiet. And that's what happening for me, the problem for the Montreal. When you have the player support at the bottom of your 6, we have a 2 goal for the defenseman like Edmondson, a Whiteman. But you expect at least if you have better chance to win if your offensive top line score. And obviously it didn't happen for the Montreal Canadiens. During the game, we have 2 players left the game. First of all, Noel Achera, the 55 for the Panthers, left the game at the middle of the game. We know he missed a couple of months with an injury. And then Jake Evans joined the third period breakaway. Last edge a little bit after he shot the puck on the Bobrovsky and he hit violently the board and looked like he have a problem with the left shoulder. The good news after the game, for look what we heard, it was not much like hard, or it was not much aggravate his shoulder from last season injury. So we expect to be right now day to day, but he's going to be reevaluate when he's going to be in Carolina tomorrow morning. For the Montreal also, and we know already Gallagher, Drouin was not in the game, and Pesera. So it was the same lineup. Perrault was again for end the ice for the Montreal. The Panthers can score, but not great on the defensive zone. I'm as a Panthers fan, if you are, you should be not worried, but concerned about the performance of your goaltender right now. The way they play again, Montreal, they beat them twice, but they did not play 60 minutes. And that's my concern about them. They lost against Toronto. They only beat the Ottawa in overtime. They have to be better to play a game of 60 minutes and at least less of mistake on the defensive zone that we're helping them. Because if not, during the playoff, they cannot go all the way on the way they play at that moment on my eyes. Like I mentioned, like my last statement, Panthers, they need to play better. And if they want to go a long run during the playoff, if they want to maybe win the Stanley Cup, if not, there will be no chance against the team, like Carolina example. So we'll be interested how they're going to react, the Panthers, for the next couple of games. But they have a really easy schedule for the next 5 games. The only difficult game they have is the Toronto Maple. For the Montreal Canadiens, they take the plane after the game, and they go in direction of Carolina Hurricane for Thursday night, and Carolina. Another difficult game for the Montreal before they go after that at the Tampa Bay Saturday night. So very difficult week for the Montreal Canadiens. We'll see how they're going to react. Again, the Carolina, they lost yesterday 4-3 in overtime in Tampa Bay. This guy complete another video of the Hockey Nation Live show with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Before we leave, we want to remind you, please don't forget to click on the likes. Tell me what you think about the performance of Montreal against the Panthers. And finally, of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great day, everybody.